lost in the void. The world had faded, leaving behind only a hazy gray. Where was I? What was this place? Fear, cold and sharp, pricked at the edges of my mind. I felt adrift, a lonely boat on a shoreless sea. Uncertainty pressed in, heavy and suffocating. Was this the end? Then, a warmth, faint at first like sunlight through a fog. It grew, slowly chasing away the chill, a beacon in the gray. Two figures began to emerge from the light, their forms soft-edged and shimmering. They moved closer and I saw their faces, kind, filled with a love that banished the fear. "Do not be afraid," one whispered, his voice a melody that echoed in the silence. "You are safe now." Angels. They were angels. Their presence radiated, a peace that settled over me like a warm blanket. One, with eyes like melted chocolate, offered a hand.
"Come," he said gently, "it is time."
Hesitantly, I reached out. His touch was cool and firm, reassuring. As I stood, the world around us bloomed into existence. We were standing on a path of pure, white stone, shimmering like polished marble. It wound ahead, disappearing into a landscape of vibrant color. Where are we?" I stammered, overwhelmed by the sudden beauty.
The other angel, her voice like silver bells, smiled. "This," she said, "is just the beginning."
We walked. The path led us through meadows bursting with flowers in colors I had never imagined. Waterfalls cascaded down crystal mountains, their music a symphony of joy. The air hummed with a life force, vibrant and exhilarating. Everywhere I looked, there was light. It shimmered on the leaves, danced on the water, and filled the sky with a radiance that made my heart soar. "This place," I began, but words failed me. It was more than beautiful. It was a masterpiece of divine artistry.
The angel with the chocolate eyes smiled. "Heaven is beyond human comprehension, but your heart can begin to grasp its wonders."
As we journeyed, the angels spoke. They told me of a love that knew no bounds, a peace that surpassed all understanding. Their words were like balm on my weary soul, soothing away the pain of the past, the fears of the future. With each step, I felt lighter, freer. The weight of my earthly burden seemed to melt away, replaced by a sense of profound serenity.
"There is no sorrow here," said the angel with the silvery voice. "Only joy, no pain, only healing, no death, only life everlasting."
We reached a garden bathed in golden light. In the center stood a tree, its branches heavy with shimmering fruit. A group of people sat beneath it, laughing and talking. Their faces radiated a joy I had never witnessed before.
"Who are they?" I asked, drawn to their happiness.
The angel with the chocolate eyes placed a hand on my shoulder.
"They are those who have gone before you, welcomed into the Father's loving embrace."
As I watched, one of them looked up and smiled. It was my grandfather, his eyes twinkling with mischief. My heart leaped. Could it be? The angels led me closer. The garden buzzed with life and laughter. Children played in fields of golden wheat, their giggles like wind chimes. Families picnicked beneath the shade of enormous, iridescent trees. Everywhere love flowed like a river, connecting everyone and everything. I felt a tear roll down my cheek, It wasn't a tear of sadness, but one of overwhelming relief and joy. This was real. This was heaven. And it was more beautiful, more welcoming than I could have ever imagined. Music filled the air, a chorus of voices so pure and harmonious that it sent shivers down my spine. I turned towards the sound and saw a multitude of angels gathered by a crystal clear lake. Their voices rose and fell in perfect unison, creating a symphony of praise that resonated deep within my soul.
They sing of his glory, whispered the angel with the silvery voice, of his love that knows no bounds.
I closed my eyes, letting the music wash over me. He spoke of hope, of redemption, of a love that transcended time and space. In that moment, I felt truly connected to something greater than myself, something eternal and divine. As the last notes faded, I turned to the angels, my heart overflowing with gratitude.
Thank you, I whispered, my voice thick with emotion, for showing me this place, for giving me hope.
The angel with the chocolate eyes smiled.
Go now, he said gently, and carry the peace of heaven in your heart.
I turned towards the path, knowing I had to return. But I carried the memory of heaven within me, a source of strength and comfort that would sustain me always. The fear was gone, replaced by a newfound hope, a calm assurance that this life was just the beginning of something truly extraordinary.